Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on the 6.0 yet again. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be pulling the charge pipes off, pulling the intake tube off, and a few other little pieces in the engine bay, and we're going to be doing some powder coating. So y'all know I did my tow hooks and some of my lift work. Well, I guess really all the lift kit parts, except for the shocks, in candy purple over chrome, and that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to pop the hood real quick and kind of show you what we got at the time. Well, right now. Also, guys, one more thing. I just finished the video, and yeah, that's all you get. Thing looks killer. But if y'all enjoyed today's video, please drop a like and comment down below, and also smash that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 2,500 subscribers before the end of the year, so again, if y'all would hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Alright, so currently this is what we're working with. So just a cheap eBay Kohler intake, and then the raw charge pipes. This Kohler charge pipe is an 0304 charge pipe that the previous owner had swapped over onto this truck because these 05 to 07s have a plastic charge pipe. But like I said, we're going to pull the Kohler, or the hot air charge pipe off, cold air charge pipe. We're going to leave the intake elbow. We're going to do the intake tube, and I think I want to do these radiator brackets. So, like I said, I'm going to pull the truck down there. As far as the turbo goes, we're not going to do the turbo right now. I kind of want to see if I could get a bigger turbo, and yeah, so that's that. At some point, we got to find this oil leak on this thing, but we'll worry about that later. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna pull this thing down there. We're gonna unload a generator, but I'm gonna pull this thing down there, get all this stuff off. We're gonna be sandblasting the intake for sure, and these brackets here, those being raw already, probably can get away with just cleaning them. We'll see if they fit in our blast cabinet, is the main thing I wasn't sure about. But anyway, let's get in here, fire this thing up. It's been a couple days since we just did the fast on this thing, and I will say the truck runs awesome. I will say, pretty happy with that. But anyway, let's go ahead, fire this thing up, and pull it down here and get to work. So one thing I will say, there we go. One thing I will say, I've been looking at doing some extra stuff to this truck. So if y'all have any recommendations, drop a comment down below and let me know. So anyway, I guess like I said, we'll run down here and get to pulling all this stuff off here. Alright, so got the truck back in here. Went ahead and pulled the charge pipes off, the intake tube, and these radiator brackets. Went ahead, pulled these last, that way we wasn't leaning up on the radiator and whatnot. So good to go there. I got some clean rags here that we're going to put in the turbo, in the intercooler boots, and the intake elbow there. So like I said, we got everything off. Went ahead and stripped everything. Took the mass airflow sensor out of here, that tube, got the air filter off, and we are going to have, this is aluminum, and I know that because I trimmed this off to fit the mass airflow sensor. So the media that I have, that black diamond stuff, is aluminum oxide. some people say you can use aluminum oxide with everything, but from the research that I've done, aluminum oxide will cause a reaction with aluminum. So I gotta go look, see if I can find some media, but this thing is all tore apart, so we'll go maybe tomorrow. But also got these radiator brackets off. I left the isolators on the radiator, so it should be good there. But I'm gonna go either tonight or sometime this week, because this is Sunday. A lot of places will probably be closed, but we'll go see if we can find some media for that stuff, and we'll come back, get this stuff blasted, and throw some purple on it. Alright guys, so we went ahead and swapped over to some crushed glass. We got most of the aluminum oxide out of here, so we should be fine. But anyway, like I said, we swapped over to crushed glass for these aluminum parts. So I guess I'm going to get started on these, and I might put a little time lapse in here for that. So I guess without further ado, I'm going to get everything all set up here and start blasting these. So it is a couple days later. We got the 300 out there, good to go, like just now. So we still need to go get antifreeze for it, but I want to go ahead and start outgassing these charge pipes. So those valve covers I was doing the other day, valve covers, air cleaner, that stuff. We got that stuff done. I want to go ahead and get it out of the way. I just used the Eastwood on it, but we're going to be using the RC1 on these charge pipes to test it out, because I kind of want to be the first one to have, you know, with the new system. I kind of want to just do my own parts, so that's what we're doing, and I also want to be the first person to have parts in the new oven, so that's what we're going to do. So I guess with that being said, I need to get this generator out of the way, get the oven over here. We're going to go ahead and off-gas them in this oven here, because it doesn't really matter if they touch each other. They just need to get hot and start that process. Maybe I can get this out. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to get this over here, get it hooked up, get it heating. And those, we're going to take those up to the house, run water through them, and clean the media out of them. They didn't get some media in them like I showed the other day, I think. So we're going to take them up there, run water through them, and clean the media out. And then we're going to stick them in here, off-gas them, just to make sure there's no oils or anything in them that's like seeped into the metal itself. Especially being as the charge pipes were raw. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get this thing plugged in over here, get it heating. I'm gonna take those up to the house, run some water through them to get the media out, and we'll stick them in here to off gas for probably 30 minutes to an hour, and then while we're gone they can be cooling. Then when we get back, we can take them up there, hang them, and start spraying them. Alright guys, so brought the scaffold up here for us to hang parts on, since our cart doesn't have rollers yet. We got the RC1 up here. I just put it all together. We're going to use the standard cup that comes with the RC1. rather than the hopper setup, just for the fact of we're not doing a ton of pieces. This is, I think, 12 foot powder hose, and I don't really want to have to clean out 12 foot of hose when we're only doing a few parts. So we're going to go ahead, like I said, stick with the cut for today. What we're doing is these two radiator brackets. We have this intake bracket, the intake pipe, and the two charge pipes. So not a whole lot. They've already been outgassed. They're good to go. So we're going to get everything all set up here, get the parts hung up, and go ahead and start heating the oven up. Alright, so we got the heater going in here, about 286. We'll check it in a minute. We'll see, you know, if it quits climbing. I'll get in there, bump it up. But sprayed the first charge pipe with the RC1, and I will say this thing is freaking great. I sprayed the front side. I haven't sprayed around the back. And if we come around here and look, nice wrap. Very, very happy. Now, obviously, I'm going to take the light that came with it and run around the whole thing and make sure there's no light spots or anything like that. And, well, we'll get to these other two. We got some plugs. We're going to plug the holes for the mass airflow sensor. And we'll get these things in the oven. Okay, guys, so we made a large mess. We're going to vacuum this up in a moment. But I think we need an earth ground. But the charge pipes were really the only issue. And the one charge pipe, the intake pipe. But they're in here. They're curing right now. But we take a look. These things look killer. So, close this oven back up. They look killer. What I ended up doing was I kind of preheated. But what I ended up doing was kind of preheating those parts, pulling them back out. Probably preheated them about 150, maybe 200. Pulled them out and immediately sprayed them, and it did perfect. So the ground that's on here, it works. The other little pieces did fine, but I think for the thinner wall stuff like the charge pipes and the intake pipe, we really need to have an earth ground. So anyway, I'm going to vacuum all of this up. We need to get the gun cleaned out. I'm going to wait to clean the gun until I pull these out and I can look at them and make sure everything looks good and everything like that. But I guess the flip side to that is if I spray more powder on them, they're going to get darker because this is a candy color. So anyway, it's a learning experience. This is the first time I've ever used this gun. So I'm pretty happy with the thing. It really does great. I do love that fan tip attachment on there. So I would 100% recommend these, but I would also recommend at the same time that you do get an earth ground. But anyways, these are, I think, got like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe a little more than that on the timer for most of the parts. And then the one charge pipe and the intake pipe, we're going to leave in there for another 2 to 3 minutes, and we should be good to go. Alright guys, so these just came right out the oven. Everything looks great, I will say. Charge pipe looks good. That is casting marks. Or I guess, or they bent them. But let's get a little bit of trash here and there. But again, casting marks. So they do have the marks still in them, which is fine. From being bent. And the intake pipe. So the intake pipe did give us some issues, and they do have some little specks of trash and whatnot, but they look absolutely amazing. So we're gonna let these cool. We'll get them in the house. That way they're not going to draw any dust, because out here they will draw dust, and even in the shop. So anyway, like I said, everything looks killer. So we'll get these in the house, and I will show y'all what they look like. Alright guys, so it is the next morning. I went ahead and brought everything down here to the shop, and I'm ready to get started installing everything, and I will show y'all the finished product here in just a moment. Alright, well, we just got this thing, turn the backup camera off. Just got this thing all back together. I'm gonna pull it out here in the sun for y'all, let y'all take a look at it where you can like fully see everything. From what I could just see with the light coming in the door, the thing looks amazing. But anyway, we'll pull it out here and we'll take a look. Alright guys, so here we have it. Now this had a couple little scratches there from the dipstick tube. At some point I want to get a different intake for this thing. So kind of is what it is. It's more dust than anything, but here we have it. So this is super nice purple. And my grandpa told me a second ago, come up here on the porch and look at it. But y'all let me know down below, what do y'all think about, about the powder. So there we have it. Thing looks killer. So again, y'all let me know down below, what do you think? I would definitely like to do some more powder coating for this truck at some point. Again, I'd like to get a different intake. I would like to get a turbo at some point and powder coat the turbo. That's why I didn't pull that cover off and go ahead and powder it. But again, y'all let me know. But anyway, we got to take the car. We kind of parked it there to make it a little easier to drain the radiator. If we put just regular water in it, run it, made sure it was okay, and then pulled it there. Easier to get a bucket under to drain it. But we're gonna have a 300 video coming up. But anyway guys, I think that is going to be a wrap for today's video. So with that being said, if y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.